My name is Reginald Drummer. I'm with Tint-o-matic, and this evening we'll be focusing on paint restoration. In the case of car surface being out in the weather and the elements have taken their toll on the surface of the car. There are a couple different stages. If that surface is looking good already, we can go in there and just put a little wax on there, a little preparation product, and get it back to its original shine and luster. But if that car's been sitting for a long period of time and oxidation has set in, or either the paint has some blemishes and imperfections in it, that's when we have to come forward and use some other processes to get it back to its original luster. Whether we're polishing, buffing, wet sanding, getting that paint back to its original brilliance. A couple of items that we use is one is a compound. That compound takes a lot of the imperfections out of the paint, brings that surface to a neutral point where it's back clean. And then if you got fine line scratches and things like that, we take another product, which is a polish, a little wet sand, and we bring it to the point where we bring the luster and the shine back to the surface of the vehicle. And that's one of the first steps that we do in paint restoration of the surface of a vehicle. A couple key products without endorsing those products. One, we need a good compound. A good compound is going to take away the damages and imperfections inside of that paint. And then number two, we're going to need a good polish. And that polish is going to get back in there and replace a lot of the luster and shine and brilliance that was in the original paint. Take a lot of those scratches, a lot of those imperfections out. And then we're going to need a good paint, a good wax. And that wax is what we're going to do to finish the shine and put that shine back to where it was. Now this can either be done by hand or with the machine. Of course with the machine it's going to take less time. By hand it's going to take a much longer time. And there used to be a time when you use a buffer, it was prone to get scratches and swirls. But today we got foam pads, and that makes it even more better. These foam pads gets us in a position where we're not even scratching the surface, we're not even leaving swirl marks on the paint. So these are the items that we need for the second part of making sure that we got that paint back to its original brilliance. This is Reginald Drummer, and again we've got the equipment that you can use to get the surface restored when we use paint restoration. Now this can be your weapon, and it can either buy you a paint job or make you not have to get a paint job. When properly used, this machine can take this shine, bring the shine back to where it was originally, in the right hands of the right person. But anyway, there are a couple key things to think about when you're using it. One is making sure it's flat on the surface. And two, making sure you got total control of the buffer. This high-speed buffer, once it starts twirling, is moving at an incredible rate of speed. And that's what's going to get between the heat and the chemicals that we use. That's what's going to get that surface back restored. So you have to have good maintaining good relationship between the buffer and the surface of the car, and making sure it's flat, flush against that surface. And then you got the controls right here. We always start out slow, got a little trigger here, and we suggest that you don't lock it in. Just get it in there and then you go back and forth like that. Next thing you know, that surface is starting to look good, and then we got it back to the original brilliance. It's Reginald Drummer, your auto appearance specialist. Over here at Tint-o-matic, where we focus on making sure your automobile looks as good as it should. Making sure the finish is looking good, whether it's dealing with the body, the wax, protection, and even restoration. Your auto appearance specialist.